Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to SevTech Ages. In the last episode, oh boy, we finished up the Ur-Ghast Tower. We still need to defeat the Ur-Ghast, but, well, something happened, and I've got to explain something. So, I didn't find, so I looked up, we tried to break the Carminite Reactor. We used our axe, like we're supposed to, and I tried to find, what kind of axe level, mining level it would need to break and drop the item. And in my search, I didn't find anything. So I went back and I looked at the footage, and unfortunately, the Carminite Reactor did actually drop. I saw it in the footage. You guys probably saw it. I didn't see it while I was playing. So there is a good chance that we have a Carminite Reactor sitting at the top of the Ur-Ghast Tower, just waiting for us. Now, there's also a very good chance that it's not there. And if it's not there, there's a little bit of a problem with that, but we need to defeat the Ur-Ghast still. So, yeah, that's why we're back here at the base. So I have very little time to go back there and get up to the top. I did go ahead and sort through most of the inventory. We got a bunch of books, and we got a bunch of armor, we got a bunch of things. And I'm going to kind of make the sorting, the inventory area a little bit nicer later. I'm not too worried about it right now. We'll get to it soon enough. But yeah, we need to get the Carminite Reactor so that we can make the coal engine. There's other things we're going to need. And we're still not done with the Twilight Forest. Oh man, I wish we were. But here's where things get interesting. If the Carminite Reactor is not still there, which like I said, there's a good chance it's not, we're going to have two options. We either go find another Ur-Ghast Tower and complete it, which I can do that off camera. That's not that big of a deal. It's not that dangerous. We get a lot of stuff from it. It's kind of cool, but not necessarily something I want to do. Or we try to figure out how to get Silk Touch. And that's the problem. We currently don't have access to emeralds or the silky jewels from Tinkers, so we can't do that. We don't have access to diamonds, so we can't make an enchanting table and hope for the best. None of the enchanted books we got from the Ur-Ghast Tower had anything. We could look around for more and try to luck out with some enchanted books, but that's an unlikely situation. And the only other way is Astral Sorcery, and I'm not familiar enough with it to just jump into that. So, yeah, we might have to take a little bit of a break from progression, but let's jump into the Twilight Forest. Let's head straight to the Ur-Ghast Tower, and hopefully we can get to the top of it within the 5 minutes that is required. Now, I didn't really waste too much time leaving, so that's a good thing. And if we just run across the top of the forest, which we can do, it's not a problem. It should be pretty quick to get there. It's just a matter of getting to the top of the tower. Now, that's the concern. We need to get to the top of the tower as soon as possible. In fact, I'm just going to pillar up right here next to this tree. And I might put ladders here later if I want, but we're going to run across the top of the trees and get to the Ur-Ghast Tower. We just need to go directly south. We have 5 minutes to get to the top, and if we can do that, great. If not, it's not completely wasted. What we're going to end up doing is going after the Ur-Ghast, and we're going to defeat the Ur-Ghast. So that's the plan regardless. I just figured I'd bring you guys in so you can see the adventure of me being blind. It's kind of sad. It's kind of disappointing. I hope it's still there, because if it is, then my life is going to be a lot easier. But if it's not, oh man, I have to deal with making a Carminite Reactor. Now, I do believe we only ever will need one, because of the way the mod pack works. But we'll hope. Luckily, like I said, we don't have to do any of the puzzles or anything. We just have to climb up all the water, which isn't that big of a deal. So I hear like squids dying or something. Alright, so we need to go up as quickly as possible. And this tower should be relatively safe. Yeah, the squids are all dying. And they're inking. Oh my gosh, that's rude. I didn't hurt them. So I just need to swim up. And when there's blocks nearby, the water goes a lot slower. So let's get over here. Try to get up here as quickly as possible. Like I said, there is a very good chance that the there we go. There's a very good chance that the Carminite Reactor is gone. In which case, it's not the end of the world, but it's going to make our lives a lot harder. One big thing that we still do need before we can like actually make a Carminite Reactor for ourselves is more Carminite. Which we can make with gas tiers and redstone and stuff, which we have. Which way was it? Is it this way? Uh-oh. I don't know if it was this way or not. This is bad. It's totally not. It's that direction. Okay. So if we just kind of fall down. So yeah, the other thing we're going to need is Carminite, which luckily we can get from the Ur-Ghast. It's this way. Yes, here we go. So it's not that big of a deal, but if we can get up there and find the Carminite Reactor, we're still going to fight the Ur-Ghast, regardless of what happens here. But, yeah, it would be awfully nice if we didn't have to worry about anything, you know, getting redstone ore. Finding the actual redstone ore isn't the problem, by the way, because there's actually plenty of it in the Twilight Forest. Just swim upwards as fast as we can. We're going to be cutting it close, especially because there was a little bit of time when we were leaving here. We did go pretty quickly, though, so hopefully, we'll see. At least I know where it's at. Alright, so that, I believe, is the last of the climbs. We just have to get through this little section. Oh my gosh. And upwards once more. Oh, right, we have to deal with this. Hopefully there's nothing that spawned. Forgot about this part. This isn't too bad, though. So long as we don't, like, fall off or anything. And, yeah, we're going to be cutting it very close. The only other hope for us is that, like, maybe it has a long respawn, or, like, a despawn timer. And nope, it's gone. So when I broke it, it popped off this direction, and we didn't get it. Dang. Oh well, it was worth a shot. So yeah, what do? Well, we fight. It is time now to fight the Ur-Ghast. We have a stack of arrows. We actually don't need the arrows. And I'm really sad that there wasn't a reactor here, because this is another place for it. By the way, the reactors are actually lore-based. So in the Twilight Forest mod, the story is that the Darkwood Tower used to be fine, and then there was an explosion from a Carminite Reactor. Not the ones we see and the ones we use, but rather much larger ones. So it's one of those, like, it's a miniature. If we were to activate it by activating all the pistons and pushing everything in to its place, it would go off. It would create false diamonds and false gold, and then suck up a bunch of blocks and explode. A fairly large explosion. And that's what happened to this place. That's why it's so destroyed, especially near the top. So, our armor is good. Hopefully, we have food. I'm going to switch the food out for the experiment. And let's take on the Ur-Ghast and see what happens. So the Ur-Ghast is going to spawn right there. And, you know, before we do, I'm going to actually turn the volume down a bit, because he can be very loud. And so what we need to do is go to... Oh, hey, netherrack. We can shoot him with arrows and all that. But what we need to do is get these... Oh my gosh, it's so laggy. Oh man, that's a big lag spike. Ow. Alright, we need to get through these. One of these things will have... let's just get through here. Aha, okay. He's starting to summon the little guys. And that's what we want. So we can kill these guys. And... oh, great. I need a lever or something. And we can suck them in. And that didn't work. Dang it. So basically what happens is he will summon in some little gas. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Let's just get under some cover. Eating... okay, cool. We got another achievement. We're getting netherrack, by the way. And that's going to break our armor very quickly. He is crying. And I don't like that. Alright, so... once he gets close... we have no helmet now. Dang it, it broke our helmet. And then we can bring him in close. Oh my gosh, and get a lag spike. Oh my gosh, this is... that did not work. Dang it. Of course we had a lag spike as... okay, he summoned in more guys. We had a lag spike as I was getting, like, what I needed. Cool. This is the one that we needed to go to. We killed these guys. And let's make another lever, I guess. He will suck up the Carminite gaslings. And we can suck him in. And then hit him with our sword. And that's going to do a lot more damage. We could probably take him out with a few more arrows. Oh, please don't crash on me. This is a really bad lag spike. I apologize for this stuff. My computer can barely handle this mod pack. But I find it interesting that we're actually getting... okay, now he's crying. We want to stay undercover for this. Otherwise, it's going to hurt. So let's just run over here. Yeah, it's going to hurt. And if we can get some more gaslings to spawn over at this one, we can take care of it. But he's just going to cry for a while. We're going to shoot him, I guess. Oh boy, so interestingly enough, we're getting netherrack which we're not supposed to be. And we need 3 Carminite gaslings to power this guy up. Oh my gosh. He is just causing so much lag. Probably all the effects and all the fire, and there's a lot of stuff going on with this. So hopefully we can finish it up without too much issue. Alright, let's come over here. Oh, I almost fell. We got 2 over here. And hopefully there will be some more that summons in. Is he still crying? He's still crying. So we're just gonna wait. Alright. So is there any over here? Not really. Alright, I guess we'll just shoot him some more. And hopefully, he's almost dead. If we can trap him one more time, Ghostbuster style, which that is an actual reference, that's exactly why it is the way it is. So the lightning strikes, I do believe, say that, or rather mean that there is some gaslings that spawned. Just not entirely sure where. Ow. Please stop doing that. Or it just might be thunder. I don't know. How many arrows do we have? We have 41. We could probably plink him some more times. Till he stops crying. And we get some more. Hey, there's a gasling. No, he's sucking them up. But cool. Now we just wait for him to get close, and this should be it. We should be able to defeat him, and I do believe he gives us some Carminite. So he's just gonna fly around. Let's do it. And there we go. Ur-Ghast is defeated. So with that, we get our Ur-Ghast trophy, some Carminite, and some fiery tears, and that is what's required for, well, the next stuff. Fiery ingots. Oh, so that's how we can make fiery ingots. There's another way to make fiery ingots. I do believe the Hydra gives them, but what are these things called? They're like gas traps. I don't know that we need them. So yeah, that's the Ur-Ghast Tower. Let's get out of here. Break the chest. We have a ton of chests now, by the way, because I made that one's still going off. Cool. Because I basically just took as many as I could. I'm really sad. I saw it. I wish I would have seen it during the episode. Oh well. Happens. Anyways, let's get out of here, and at this point we need to figure out what we're gonna do. So we have the Carminite we're gonna need. There's a pincer beetle. Let's just get away from him. We should probably head home at this point and start looking into. Okay, so here's the thing. We are going to need to get redstone ore. That is now the only way outside of finding another Ur-Ghast Tower, which is not unheard of, but I don't necessarily want to do. We need to get redstone ore so we can make the Carminite Reactor. We're only ever going to need one, I do believe, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's still enough of a deal that, like, I want to get that taken care of sooner rather than later. So the way we're supposed to do it is with astral sorcery. That is the intended way if you don't collect the reactor, which I was mistaken. I feel so bad. If I would have seen it, then we wouldn't have to do anything. We would have worked our way to the next set of items that we need. Because there is a lot of things we're still going to need for the coal motor. That's the big thing we need. So, the coal engine, which I don't even know what that's from. Oh, it's Steve's Carts. Ugh. That mod. Oh man, Steve's Carts is a cool mod. Don't get me wrong. It makes use of a lot of minecart stuff that honestly is lacking in this game. I wish minecarts were a little minecarts are really, really cool, and I wish they were a little bit more useful, but they're not. So that's fine and all, but Steve's Carts is such a slow, expensive mod, and it's cool, but it's really, really expensive. Anyways, let's take a real quick look at Twilight Forest. So we've eating experiment. Okay. That is an interesting thing. So evidently we had to eat a bunch of those in order to get that one, I guess. And we've finished off this little branch. In order to get... Oh man, what all do we need? We need all the foods exclusive. That we will get later. So in order to get to the point where we can progress, we're going to need some other stuff. Is there anything else that we can do really easily? Yeah, we've got to kill the Hydra and the Snow Queen. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we need to kill the Hydra. That's going to be awful. But... we need to kill Baycock first, and that is honestly something we could probably try today. Let's do that. Let's try that. We'll worry about the Silk Touch later. We'll take a look at what all we're gonna need, and we might start making some of the stuff we're gonna need. But if we take a look at our map, also let's eat the last of the chicken. If we take a look at the map, I believe the Hydra and all that stuff is off to the upper left of what we've explored. I don't know what's straight ahead. I think that is the Highlands, straight up north, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to keep this pillar of cobblestone here. What I can do is put ladders on it. And that can be a nice shortcut if we ever want to go back to the Ur-Ghast Tower or anything like that. There's a bunch of zombies. So, let's head home. And one of the cool things is, I'm pretty sure, one of the big things we're going to need is the redstone ore for the Carminite Reactor. And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find one in there. There is a chest right there. We could... Okay, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go for it. I'm going to put a chest down so we don't lose all this good stuff. What can we do with that? Can we cook that? I'm assuming we could. It's pretty good. I wonder if it has any bad effects or something. And then the fiery tears, which is used for making fiery armor, and lava crystals, which we're going to need for the weak activation crystal later. And then fiery ingots, which we're going to need to make fiery gears. We're going to need 4 of those. We're going to need 16 fiery ingots. That's not going to be fun. Anyways, let's see. If we want to get down in there, I almost want to say let's just go over here and dig in, around here-ish. And maybe we'll get close to that chest. And we'll see what we can do. There's redstone ore. So at this point, the only thing... There it is. Oh, I accidentally hit the dude. So yeah, there is redstone ore. It is pretty easy to get to. Nothing of value in here. And this hollow hill was kind of wrecked by a ravine, so okay. We have access to things, and things will be good. Alright, let's get out of here. No reason to stick around. There is a couple other ways to get silk touch, by the way, but none of them are that easy. So, if we could potentially find like a, I don't know, some sort of, either a pick. There is a pick that has silk touch, in the labyrinth. I do believe in the hidden room in the labyrinth, and then the other, which that's something I've never done and I don't really want to do. The other way is, you know, maybe we can find an enchanted book, but we're probably going to have to go with astral sorcery, and that's something that I don't really know much about, so we're going to save that for later. I'm going to need to get more, so okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to eat a bunch of these experiments, because why not? And let's come back over to the base. What the plan is going to be is this. I'm going to put that away. So we've defeated a good number of the bosses. And ores, we have that. We're going to throw... Where have I been putting the Carminite? I think I put the Carminite in here. We're going to need 4 of those. But I'm going to throw the Carminite in here. Now this stuff isn't like that useful otherwise, but it's useful enough. So we'll see. We'll go ahead and cook a bunch of this meat, because why not? And ores, I'm going to put the fiery tears in here. Plants. Sure. Blocks. That goes in the ores. Same with the flint. String. Plants. And I've been putting chests in here. So, okay. Let's see what all we're going to need. Anvils. I put those somewhere else. I had thought. Maybe not. Nah, I just had 2 different areas with them. Okay. I've been trying to put things like everywhere. Do we have any more helmets? Not really. Okay, let's just use this one. That'll work just fine. Okay, enough of this. So, what are we going to need? We are going to need a ton of things. And the first thing we're going to need is the Carminite Reactor for the coal engine. That is... We have anvils, we have sticky pistons, we have gas tiers. We're going to need a cauldron. That's easy enough. Yeah, that's really easy. A seared furnace controller. We're going to need crimson middle gems, which I don't think we have. No, so I'm going to have to go find some crimson middle gems. That's not that big of a deal. But it is something we're going to have to do. And let's see, what else are we going to need? We're going to need the fiery ingots and then steel leaf rods. So that's 1 ingot each. 1 ingot is literally just 1 leaf. We have well over a stack, so not a problem. Yeah, I don't know if eating this stuff is going to be good or not. Probably don't want to eat the raw version, but we'll eat the cooked version. So, we have armor. Let's... Oh, it gives you levitation too. That is not the best of things, not the worst of things. We are pretty high. I didn't realize that would happen. That was cool. Alright, so this stuff is not really that useful to me. I don't know where to put it. Let's just put it in here. I'll cook it, why not? But I'll cook it later. Okay, so Pan's Flute, Eagle Bone Whistle, Jingle Dress, Rattle. Alright, so are we ready to take on another boss? Probably not, but we'll see. So, okay, we have a lot of the things we need. The only thing we need for the Carminite Reactor is the redstone ore. And to get redstone ore, we just need to get Silk Touch. Other than that, everything should be fine. Let's switch these around. And I guess let's go try to fight Baycock. So, we're going to need the Totapedium. We also have a lot of levels, so I'm a little worried about like losing levels, but we can't really do much with them yet. So, ceremonies. We need... Dance Macabre. No, that is not what we want. Chimes of Death? Yes, Chimes of Death. Skeleton-like. Okay, so Wind Chime and then Eagle Bone Whistle. So that is how we summon him. And something I think I'd like to do is, if I can figure out, if I can remember how to, we might want to have a totem. So, let's see, totems and effects. Totem poles, any kind of wood logs. We're going to want different effects, and they can be 6 tall. It requires a totem base at the bottom. So let's grab our carving tool, and I guess we'll grab some wood. And we're going to make a totem of, well, hopefully some resistance or something along those lines. And we're going to summon Baycock in and finally defeat him. Hopefully. Oh man, I hope I don't die. 2 boss fights in 1 episode should be fun. But yeah. And then what I'll do is, between episodes, I will look into Astral Sorcery, see what we need to actually get Silk Touch, and also see, verify just kind of what all we're going to need to do to get the fiery ingots, and go from there. So, alright, we're going to want, see, we have horse and pig. So we're going to want, like, I guess right here, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and what effects are we going to want? Totem effects. So, I don't think bat is going to be all that important. A cow might be good. A single cow. And wolf. Let's do like 2 cows and the rest wolves. So, cow, cow, wolf, 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 totem base. So we should now be getting strength and resistance, also slowness, but we have horse, so that should be fine. That should cancel out. So one more time, what is it we need for the ceremony? It is wind chimes, and then, so sneak, and then eagle bone whistle. So, alright, this is where things are going to get kind of nasty. We're going to end up putting one of these into our offhand. So, let's... And these need to be switched. And hopefully we can do this as I just run around like a madman. And yeah, this is not going to be fun. Not only just the boss itself, but getting the... Nope. Didn't get it. Alright, so... No, I don't want that. Sending into depths is not what I want. Alright, I don't know that the jingle skirt is worth it. So we're going to just put that away. And once this is done, we'll deal with things. So I don't need to run around. We're going to just do that. And then just hopefully we can get enough. And I don't know if spam clicking makes this work better or not. But we're gonna try our hardest. Man, this is difficult. Yeah, the jingle dress definitely needs to be on. Okay, we're just gonna wait. And then try one more time. And hopefully we can get this. We're doing much better. We do have pretty good equipment too, so like let's hopefully get this. And worst case scenario, if we can't defeat Baycock this time, we can that was so close. Okay, worst case scenario, if we can't defeat Baycock right away, we do have the opportunity to cheese him. There's a really cool way to cheese him. Basically, you make a big tower, you put some punchy sticks at the bottom, and he kills himself. And let's hopefully get this going again. We're not doing nearly as well as the first time, but let's just try, hit the drums, run around in a circle, jump a lot, and this is probably one of the hardest things in the game. Totemic is a really good cool mod. Uh-oh. Alright, so we did it. And he's already shooting us. But he's not really doing all that much damage. So, yeah, this is really easy now. He's supposed to be a lot harder than this when you first fight him, but that is a new age, technically, sorta. So we're gonna get some really cool things. We got the spooky boss battle. We gained 100 prestige points. What? What even are those? So yeah, we completed the boss battle, which is cool. We get ranged weapons a little bit later than we were supposed to, but Baycock's bow is a lot better than the normal bow, and has a high enchantability, which is cool. We can also get arrows now, so we can start making arrows. In fact, these arrows are the normal recipes, and we can start... What? Bundle of arrows, cool. So we can store more arrows. There's also bone arrows if we want to use bones instead. So we have options. And that basically allowed us to do all that. So, cool. With that taken care of, I think I need to do some research. Actually, we want to keep that one. And the plan is going to be this. So I am going to look into how to get Silk Touch. We're going to focus on getting the Carminite Reactor and then the Fiery Tears. We're probably going to have to go back to the Twilight Forest I have a feeling we're going to have to go kill the Hydra, which means that we're going to have to take on the Labyrinth first, and I've never done that, so it should be an absolute pain, but we'll deal with it and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!